Let's just fire this thing up. Fired up, man. That's awesome. Man, I cannot believe that we just picked up this trash truck. Let's check it out. So I bought an F800. I think it's like a 96. Why do I need a trash truck? Well, it's got an 8.3 Cummins motor in it, and that's honestly the only reason why I was interested in it. But it's actually a pretty good trash truck, and I was told within a handful of years it's had an in-frame rebuild done on it. So that's actually really cool. I came out here probably last week when we bought it, cracked it right off, man. I mean, Cummins engines, you know, like almost like a half a rotation they fire off. I don't know if you know much about Ford trucks, but they shared the same cab all the way up from the F-150 all the way up. So you know, parts are interchangeable. But honestly, I'm probably not going to keep this truck. The reason why we bought it was for that engine. You know, we've got that we've got that Minneapolis Moline G900 tractor that we bought. We've stripped that tractor down. We got some parts for it. We went down to Welter's Farm Supply. You guys seen that video. Anyway, we decided we were going to turbocharge that engine. You know, talking to Welter's, that 451, the most I'm going to get out of that engine is, let's just make believe and call it 150 horsepower, and I'm going to be in at least a 250 horsepower class. So I'm already at the back of the line. I love Minneapolis Moline tractors. Just the problem is, it just doesn't have the power without spending a bunch of money. Yeah, I could keep it Minneapolis. I could get a bigger engine, a different engine for it. But, you know, readily available to me is this 8.3 liter. They also, I found a guy who makes here in Missouri, a guy who makes some adapter plates for an 8.3 or 5.9. So we picked this truck up on the cheap. I mean, it's already got a turbo on it. It's already P-pumped. That's a big thing. So that Minneapolis Moline has got a rotary pump on it, and the pump is junk. It's not junk. It just needs rebuilt. We got the rebuild kit for it. But let's just say we're gonna have $1,000 and building an injection pump for that thing. You know, we're gonna have some money tied up into it. It's gonna be way cheaper to go this route. So I'm not 100% sure that's what's happening with this. This is a heavy motor. We might be trying to, you know, I would like to put a 5.9 in it. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. I'm excited about it. We're going to drive this thing today. This thing's got a huge injection pump on it. Check that out. I don't know, man. Sorry, the lighting's super bad. There you go. So the way the story goes is that within a handful of years ago, like I said, in-frame rebuild, injection pump was turned up a little bit. I know they straight piped it. I don't know, let's stop talking, let's check this thing out. Let's fire it up. Oh, it is so hot. It's got air brakes. It's got air brakes on it. Let's just fire this thing up. Fired up, man. That's awesome. That beeping noise is the, if you're not familiar, that beeping noise is the brake system. You know, air brakes, they bleed down after you shut them off. But the thing about this truck is it didn't take hardly any time yesterday for that air to get up there, the pressure. Yeah, that didn't take too long at all. What do you think? Awesome. Is it rolling any coal? No. I don't know much about garbage trucks or trash compactors. This thing actually has not had a hard life at all. It has hauled cardboard. It's got a high idle. That's cool. That way when you're running your hydraulics out there, you know, you don't really want your hydraulics at low speed. So you crank up the idle. That's awesome.
Let's go on the train floor. I think so.
Is that wet?
Yeah. For me it was.
I thought it was dust.
Or something.
Yeah, it looked dusty.
Well, it sprayed on the other side when you were doing that too.
Really? Where at?
On the floorboard.
Yeah.
See?
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
I think it's water.
Could be.
Yeah, that's water out of the exhaust. Yeah, you can see water up there. So yeah, he was saying there was some liquid coming out. He thought maybe it was some kind of transmission fluid or something, but just had some water sitting down in that pipe. I don't know much about the truck. They took it out of service just 6 months ago, only because they needed a bigger truck. So you can see it's actually a Packmore bed. That's actually a pretty good brand. It's a 20-ton Packmore bed. Packmore body, I guess they probably call that. That right there, that's quality. That means it's quality. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, I guess let's go for a ride in this thing. So this is kind of different. Instead of, you know, park being all the way up there, reverse is all the way, then neutral, and then all your gears, because you have air brakes right here, so you wouldn't really have a park in the transmission. Look at here what I brought. Is that awesome? You think you could drive this thing?
Yeah.
What is this truck?
Ford
You remember what kind it is? F800?
F800.
Yep. What kind of engine's in it?
8.3 Cummins.
Yep. Once you start it up.
They're going the other side.
Why?
Because I want you to show them the black smoke.
The black smoke?
Yeah.
What are you, some kind of teenager? Alright, let me check it out. Hold on. Okay.
Dad, I want to see that whole video.
Hey,
What?
what do you think we ought to do with this thing?
Take the motor out of it and put in a G100
Or what?
or G900.
G900 Minneapolis, or G900 John Deere?
G900 Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. I thought John Deere was the best tractor.
Nope.
No. What's the best kind of tractor there is?
Minneapolis.
Hey,
What?
Minneapolis what?
Moline.
Moline. What? Well, how about a Ford tractor?
Oh, that thing's still a piece of junk.
Well, this is a Ford truck though.
I don't care. It's still cool.
Oh, okay. Cause why? Cause that Cummins motor?
No, because the black smoke.
Oh, well, you're buckling up like you're about to drive somewhere or what?
Mm-hmm.
You have your CDL?
What's CDL?
Well, commercial driver's license. You need that plus air brakes endorsement. You got that?
Yeah.
If you don't, you just borrow mine, okay?
I don't.
You want to just use mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
It don't fit.
Don't fit? Well, that's the wrong one, silly head. Why don't you come tell me about this engine on this thing?
It's my truck.
It is.
Yeah, you like it?
It's pretty cool.
No. Is this engine still hot?
Yeah, it's pretty warm. How many cubic inches is 8.3 liters?
20 horse?
I would say it's probably 505 cubic inches. Does that sound right?
34800.
Ah, you're crazy. What's that over there? What's that?
I'm looking.
See here? Injection pump back there. That's the injection pump. It's actually a Bosch P pump. Air-to-air intercooler right here.
Yep, it says Ford on it.
Yep. Radiator.
Yep.
Air compressor, because it's got air brakes. See all the air brake lines?
Yep.
So what else about it? You ever driven anything this big?
No.
You've driven big tractors, haven't you?
Yeah, but not size like this.
No. Okay. Well, what do you think? 8.3 or 5.9 powered Minneapolis Moline G900?
600 powered.
600 horse, you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, well tell them, leave a comment below. Should we keep the 8.3 or the 5.9?
We should keep the 5.1.
Get a 5.9? Okay, well we'll see them on the next video.
Yeah.
All right, tell them.
See you on the next one.